KAWmedy Krow Podcast, episode 18, with Carlos Patino's in the house right here.
Hey, happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then we have the wonderful and lovely, beautiful love of my life, Amy over there.
Sweetest.
Yeah, and I'm Christopher Key Tyler, CKT. Welcome to the show. We put the Ka in comedy. That's the new slogan that I've...
Are you going to put that on the screen?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's going to be right there.
Yeah, I'll do that in post. Carlos, welcome. Yeah. I just want to say, great job at the Comedy Fest year 2.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us. I was happy to be a part of it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you know, it was a lot more cold than I expected.
Cold?
Yeah, once the sun went down.
Yeah.
We were in the shade and it was like really cold.
It was.
And I was like, man, I should have got my sweater, but
it was because I had to go get my jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like running around ragged, so I didn't notice the temperature. Yeah,
it was cool.
I was bleeding out my eyes and I didn't notice. It was so busy.
I like how they had the little beer cart in the back.
Yeah.
So you didn't necessarily have to go inside.
Thank you.
It was perfect, dude. It was great. The food looked really good. Unfortunately, I ate before I went.
Oh,
but I saw George and Will, and they both got grilled cheese. And my goodness, I could just hear George crunching from like 3 people away. And I was just like, that crunch is perfect. It has to be good.
Yeah, Temecula Grilled Cheese Company knocked it out. Yeah, they were killing it.
And we had Goldlean's there, which was fantastic.
Yeah, they didn't have their wings though.
They didn't have their wings, but that's okay. Their tacos were fantastic. At 3, I had every single one.
Yeah, we ordered all 3. We were their main customers. Amy and I we ordered because we were there all day. So yeah. We had like 3 or 4 sets of meals that day with all the beer and everything. Wow. Yeah, it was a good combination.
A long day. It seems like a really long day.
It is, and you kind of take that breath and go, man, we've been here for a while, and then it just starts all over like a goldfish or something, and then you realize it's the end of the night, and you're like, oh yeah, it's time to go home. There's just so much that goes on, and so many people to talk to.
Yeah,
so.
Well, thanks for organizing it. It was really cool.
Yeah,
thank you for being there. Awesome. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we were
and I didn't bomb either. So.
No, you didn't at all.
You did fantastic.
No, you were fantastic.
It was funny.
Yeah, we didn't sell out, obviously, but it still was a blast either way. Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, that's when all locals are like, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
but thankfully we were in with the hotels, so
that's true.
Yeah, we had all the tourists at the show.
And then there was a brewery, Electric Brewing, who was having their 5-year anniversary, I want to say. Yeah. So it was like a 2-day event, and there was a lot of people there.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's crazy when you're planning something like a year in advance.
If you're doing an anniversary thing, just stick to 1 day. Your anniversary doesn't go 2 days.
Yeah, I mean,
long.
I don't know.
Our
anniversary goes for like a week. We do the birthday week and the anniversary.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because if
that's just us.
Yeah, if you're an adult, like you have to, spread it out over a week.
Yeah.
Like you can't celebrate all.
Yeah. Celebrate everything.
Yeah,
you feel forgotten after 24 hours.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I need more.
Yeah.
More attention, please.
I'm currently having my 42nd Birthanukkah right now.
Right now we're in the middle of it.
Yeah, no, day 2.
Day 2.
Yeah, yesterday was my birthday.
Well, happy birthday, dude.
And we really didn't do anything. I feel really
I went to work, and then then I worked some more at Solaris doing the comedy night, open mic, but it was a blast. Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was packed.
It was packed.
I heard. I was gonna go, but Frankie Oy, that moved to New York, he came down and he asked me to be on his podcast.
Oh.
So I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to Solaris.
It's all good. We had a record of 29 comics, not including me. So 30 total. Wow. Yeah, it went
times
longer.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes each.
Ooh, that's a long night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the wireless mic cut out. I didn't charge it soon enough, so I had having a wireless mic and just bring up the next comic, from the back of the room. It helps, but last night, halfway into the show, it cut out. I'm like, oh shit! So I had to run up there and quickly do a little change, and but yeah, it was still a lot of fun. Tim, the bartender, he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, it's so cool. All these people came here for you." I'm like, "No, they didn't. Like, no, they just want stage time." Yeah, there was a lot of people there though. I was really happy. Big shout out. Yeah, Kenny, one of the bartenders, he did stand up for his first time. Yeah.
That's always fun when the staff is like, fuck it, I'll try it.
Yeah.
You know, and then they go up and they're a lot better than like half of the people that go up. It's crazy.
Oh, he did. I thought he did a great job. Yeah. I mean,
for the first time,
like he might have been nervous, and you can probably tell like through maybe some of his motions, but I thought he did a damn good job. And he wasn't like, just standing there. He was, he was
having fun,
moving and more relaxed than he probably thought he was.
Probably better than my first time.
Dude, wait, where was your first time?
My first time was at the Ontario Improv open mic.
Damn. All right. So did you do 3 minutes?
3 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 3 minutes. My wife came with me the first time. Signing up, I went up, and it's kind of there's a chance you don't go up. Like a lot of the times because at least at the time they only had like an hour window. So like, and a lot of people would sign up. So I got to go up and like, I remember the car ride, just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. It was crazy.
After the show.
Let's get famous now. And since then, like my wife actually, she probably regrets this, but she Googled like comedy open mics and then she found the buddy system for me. Yeah. And like, I've been going at it ever since, and now she's probably like, man, I should have never told him about other open mics. He's never home now. So.
Yeah, well, you do a really good job, man. I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you.
How did it go the first time? Was it packed?
No, it wasn't packed. It was room full of open micers. And there was like people who, because at the time, this was when William Henderson and Alec Damani would run the open mic. Yeah, they were hosting the open mic. And it was free to get in. So they would be outside of the improv barking, just offering people like, hey, there's a free stand-up comedy show if you guys want to come check it out. People would go in. So you would get like random audience members, but they would know that it was open mic too, so they would also sign up because they would be like, oh, yeah, I'll try to go up. I think I'm funny, So
I'm just turning on the air conditioner. Yeah. It's a little hot in here. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
What? No.
It's my fault.
I'm radiating as well.
We know. So it was free, so people would go in. It was more likely for random people to go in because it was free, and then they had to buy an item as they were in there. Yeah. But there wasn't. It wasn't packed. I think there's 3 sections in the improv. Yeah. I think it was just the first section.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's about like.
Was your wife happy?
People. Yeah.
Good.
At the time. 'Cause now now I'm like fully invested in it. Yeah. And she's probably like, man, like I didn't think he was gonna go this hard. When realistically, I really don't go that hard because like I know like comic buddies of mine in our scene that are hitting multiple mics a week and they're on shows and all that stuff, and I'm just doing like 2 nights a week and a show every now and then. Yeah.
Well, for the limited amount of time that you have to work
I'm a lot
with.
better than all of those guys.
Yeah. You're, somehow. Oh like, my God, if you were full time.
Yeah, like how are you guys getting twice the stage time and you guys are still stagnant behind me? But like no, I mean like they're working on all those guys. They just started. Yeah. So it wouldn't be fair to be like, hey, you guys aren't as good as me. It was like, dude, I started like I have a 6-year head start on all of you guys. Yeah. So it's like I just do it playing around, but
yeah, some of the new comics will because like. When I do the open mic, I'm like, I'm not going to do the same material. I'm going to keep it fresh. If I'm here every Monday, I'm just going to, off the top of my dome, just do some material. And the new comics come and they're like, this guy sucks. Like this guy, he runs this. Yeah, like, I don't see how he's doing so. I don't think
people really understand, the responsibility to host a show and like what the purpose is, like what they do. They kind of fluff everyone before. They prep everyone before. it's different than just performing.
Right.
Well, I mean, even producing a mic, you're taking the time to set things up, have everything ready, and all everyone else has to do is show up, go up, and then criticize. Like that's
right.
That's
what they do.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I've noticed that is exactly what happens.
Yeah. So it's just like, well, if you hate it so much, then do your own room.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Run or get the fuck out.
Yeah, run it the way you want to. You know, like that's why I like the buddy system. The way we do our open mics is like there's a production behind it, and we all work together. And because of that, because of like maybe we invested some money, a little bit of money into it, and but mostly our time, and you know, like we are able to get a pretty kick-ass production from our mics.
Yeah.
Like you remember the W, you know, RIP. You know, like it's not going on anymore, but like
they're not coming back.
Really?
No, we're not going back to that.
No kidding.
I don't think so. What
happened? Wait.
Doesn't seem like they got new owners and they remodeled the entire place. So the place doesn't even look like
the
W
place
anymore.
I used to know and love.
They just flipped that W upside down.
Looks
Now
like
it's
a dirty, looks like a dirty, flashy whore now. And I'm not into it.
Do they have neon lights then?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Oh shit!
She guessed it. Wow, yeah. See, that's they have neon lights absolutely everywhere now. It looks like a Fast and the Furious movie.
No, thank you. I'm good.
They went for that. They went from a W to a L. Win to a lose.
And it's far more expensive. It's far more expensive, and then we got a better spot now.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
I haven't been to it yet.
Back to the grind, dude. Like,
yeah.
That spot is perfect for comedy. Like, almost like it wasn't intended for that purpose. I don't know what the intended purpose was for that basement originally, but for some reason it's perfect for stand up.
No, the low ceiling, the wall in the background, the lighting, it looks great. It reminds me of the old what was the one with the tree?
Oh, the Hideaway.
The Hideaway. It had a nice low ceiling.
The Hideaway was ruined as well. You know, like just they just remodeled. Anytime they remodel something that they shouldn't, man, it's like man, like I get it. You guys are trying to make money, but it's like the rustic old piece of shit version of it is sometimes better.
Yeah, that organic.
People love the dive bar experience sometimes. So if you turn a dive bar into a flashy nightclub, it's kind of like, well, this place isn't what I was into.
Right.
You know, like I was cool with like coming into a place where not that many people would show up. And now we have all these 21-year-olds coming in thinking they're all cool and shit, you know, and drinks are super expensive, you know, and it's just like not worth it sometimes. But that's my biggest problem with like these bars and clubs in downtown Riverside is they're all doing the same thing. You go across the street, there's another club doing the same exact thing as the W is now.
Right, cocaine.
Yeah.
Business owners.
Dude, all of that looks like cocaine influence, you know. But if you look at it, you know, you're like they're doing. You get that experience over there, over here, down the street, across the street, you know, or whatever. And like, there's no places that they're like, oh, we're doing comedy over here.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to take a risk on something different, you know, and that kind of sucks,
right?
Because there's plenty of spots in downtown Riverside. There's the foot traffic as well, but there's a bunch of spots in downtown Riverside that would be dope for like just you don't even have to do it all the time. You could do once a month comedy show, you know, but like no venue is willing to take a risk because people are simple. People are simple, and all they want to do is go club and listen to music and not have to talk to each other until the end of the night, where they're already drunk as hell, you know.
Is that goth club still happening?
Oh hell yeah, it is.
All right, that's
you go?
All right.
I've cooled it. I've chilled out, dude. But I used to go a lot, and they actually opened up a downstairs area.
Oh,
really?
Downstairs
nice.
area. They have a lot of emo music and stuff like that.
All right.
And that's the music that I grew up listening to. So I'm over there downstairs, like listening to Under Oath, and they form like a circle pit, not a circle pit, but like a mosh pit.
Yeah.
And then if you go too crazy, they kick you out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool. But then like I'm out way too late, and then I work the next day. So like if I call off of work or if I take the next day off, my wife's like, "Where have you been the whole night?" And I'm just like, "Well, I don't want her to question me like that."
Yeah.
So
I'm networking, babe.
No. So like instead of me giving her a reason to have like a suspicion or a doubt or something, I just go home now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I don't want my wife to, think that I'm out there doing bad things or whatever.
What is it?
That's where communication comes in.
Yeah,
like I would
exactly.
be heartbroken if Chris told me or didn't tell me he was somewhere and I found out later. I'd be heartbroken.
Right. Yeah, like the next day is like, how come you
It's not even about what it was. It's about the fact that
I don't know where you were. Exactly. Yeah,
I'm terrified and then you didn't my heart.
Yeah. My heart.
No, lie. I don't never lie.
I don't want my wife to be like, my heart, Yeah. So it's just like, I'm just like, I'd rather be home. And honestly, once I get home, I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't stay out.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I'm a little too old and fat for all of that anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if you were to send, what is it? There's that saying, happy house, happy spouse, or happy spouse, happy house is the happy wife, happy life.
I really hate these because it puts a lot of pressure on, I feel like it's still, there's a lot of bias with females do this, guys do that. I'm just kind of sick of it.
Yeah. No,
only if the wife is happy, then everyone's happy. It's
right. That's why I do the happy spouse, happy house. So if I'm happy,
I guess.
That could go either way. Okay.
It goes both ways.
Fair. I'm sorry. You know what? I guess I assumed, and I shouldn't assume. I like to turn on Google Maps, share my location at all given times, and but I can't imagine taking a photo of myself at the goth club and send it to Amy and be like, "Look, I'm making it count. I'm having
Look
a good
much
time.
Fun I'm having.
Look how much
I never go out.
I'm being good. This is where I'm at. You know?
You're at home reading a book. You're bored. Well, I'm at goth night having a good time.
Yeah.
See, I think if
I'm being honest.
If I were to go back, if I were to go again, it would be because all my friends are going to celebrate something. For example, June 12th. We're going to be at the Ontario Improv. So, that's a Wednesday. So, Thursday is the mic. And then we could probably stay out and celebrate. So, that would be cool. But if I were to go indulge in goth night, I think I would just take my wife with me.
Yeah.
Check it out. Look what I like.
Amy and I went together one time.
Yeah. We did.
I'll tell my wife, you're not going to understand it. I don't get it either. But it's $4 beers and it's actually fun.
Yeah, she's
I love
like,
the music.
Where did that?
I love seeing people be themselves, dude.
I know,
and
me
I think
too.
in
It's so freeing.
I think in that goth community, they are so unashamed, and that's one of the things that I value so much of a person who's just I don't give a shit what you think about me. I'm here to have fun, and if you want to stare at me the whole time, you're being the weirdo.
Yeah,
right.
I'm having fun.
Right.
So I'm just you're dancing like a weirdo, but it is cool.
Yeah,
look
at me.
Yeah.
You are spoken like a true host. That's how, because when you start the comedy night, you have to break them in and you have to be having a good old time. But sometimes the audience is trying to
hesitate.
And they're trying to be judgmental, and you got to break through that and
immediately because they don't know what to expect. Their brains automatically go, oh, this is what. Oh, he's wearing what? Oh, he's wearing glasses. Oh, he has a pink hat on, or so assuming.
Yeah, yesterday I had my pink hat on.
Oh, nice.
So I understand that.
My birthday hat. Yeah, fresh.
Yeah.
Super pink.
But that's what people do. That's socially acceptable, and that's I think just naturally what our brains do. Unfortunately, but
just judge people. At the bat, for stuff.
I think it's a defense mechanism.
Probably.
Yeah. Kind of like fight or flight. So you're prepared just in case.
Yeah. There's a minority. I got to cross the street.
Yeah. Well, they want the audience.
I know what that means. I got to get on that side.
The audience, from what I understand, is the audience wants to believe in the performer because they're living vicariously through you. They want you to say the things that they're afraid to say. So when you walk out on stage, they're like, how can I relate to this person? And what is this thing that's walking out? I don't know if I can believe in it. I can't commit into it because I don't like the way he's walking. Or what. He's got skinny jeans on. I don't know, dude.
Right.
But it's fascinating, the psychology of comedy shows. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the W, there was like a high turnover rate on those art nights where they have the street art.
The art walk.
Yeah, there would be like...
I forgot all about the art walk. I did the art walk a long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah, art walk. I think the foot traffic kind of calmed down these last few, like I think since the beginning of the year, because they stopped doing it in that parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a parking lot that was literally around, like right at the end of the block.
And that's when they made it a paid parking lot.
Yeah,
maybe that's why.
Everything.
And then they moved it to like Main Street, and now like the foot traffic isn't necessarily there. I mean, there is, but unfortunately for us, like the last 2 art walks, someone had rented out the room at Back to the Grind, so we couldn't do shows.
Oh man.
Damn.
So that's unfortunately we don't have one this Thursday.
So you went like I'm one of those type where if someone rents out the room, I'm gonna go and see if it's better than what I had.
It's definitely not. It's absolutely not. I don't even have to go. I know that it's not.
Yeah.
You know? Because like, dude, it's really crazy, dude. There's like since we started doing the Back to the Grind, Mike, we had maybe 2 slow nights when we first started.
Yeah.
When we first started, because some comics were probably like, oh, I'll go check out somewhere else or whatever. They got kind of used to the routine because there was a pretty good break from when the W started their remodeling thing and kicked us out. There was probably like maybe like 2 months where we didn't have anything on Thursdays, and then Back to the Grind hit us up or hit George up about it, and you know, but like consistently crowds, like packed rooms, you know, and it's like, and they stay the whole night. It's
crazy.
It's bonkers. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like like when I would go to the W, like you guys do like 40 comics.
Oh
like last night was like a record for 29 on a Monday.
We can't do that anymore. I mean, we get a pretty long list at Back to the Grind now too, but we have a hard out at 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sorry.
No.
But it's the same thing. It's like you're going to have to adjust Solaris if there's going to be more comics to 4 minutes, or because they have to get out of there.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that either.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, last night I was like, everybody get out. Like, it's time to get out.
They're done. They need to sweep the floor. Get out of here.
Get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
The turn like, but like at Riverside, like there's like I would be on stage doing my set, and then like people would just like get up and like leave, and then like a whole new audience like walks in. You're like, whoa, like it's so cool.
That was one of the benefits that we did have at the W, is that it was a bar and they were open till like 2 a.m. Yeah. So it was like there was no cap.
Yeah.
You know, like there wasn't any like, oh, we got to get out of here at this time. Like there was no way we could have gone. I think the latest we've ever finished is like 12:30, almost 1 a.m. or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God, I am calling off of work tomorrow for sure. You know?
But in a way, like, I mean, I know it's a change, but in a way it's like, well, now you get to go home at a decent time.
It's so awesome. It's the best because we have a hard out at 9. We're pretty good at setting up and tearing down. So like, it doesn't take us that long. And then towards the end of the night, we have a lot of people who are willing to help us, you know, to take everything to the cars. And then like, I'm home by 9:30.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh, I have plenty of time to like, I could even like step outside and like, you know,
go to another show.
No. I could step outside with my notebook and kind of reflect on on the set that I just did. Yeah. You know, and kind of just be like, okay, so that worked, but I was saying it with too many words. Like, what can I, you know, then I start to do the writing process, because I feel like I'm the most creative, or more likely to be creative, like after I just got off stage. Yeah. So the fact, so the fact that if I can get home at 9:30, my wife and my daughter are still kind of awake, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna step outside for a second, you know, and then I'll just go out there, and I'll, you know, if I record it, I'll listen back to it, and then, but most of the time I'm like, oh, that new bit that you brought out, it had something, but the way you set it up was probably wonky, or it was wrong, or whatever, or maybe there's a better way of setting it up, or maybe that thing that you thought was the punchline isn't really the punchline, it's probably this instead. Yeah. You know, so it's easier to pick apart things right after you get off stage. And I wouldn't be able to do that coming home at like midnight. Right. Still having to go to work the next day.
Yeah,
So.
I still decompress. Like I get home, like last night. Like I get home. I got home at like 10:30.
No, it was later than that.
Okay. Well, I don't even know, but I still like. I'll eat some food, and then I sit there and like I have to go over like everything that happened, and then like editing the photos and doing all the stuff. But like if I just jump in the bed, I'm just laying there like decompressing in bed. I'm sweaty, and so
toss it and turn in like, oh my God, I bombed. You could process the bomb at 9:30.
Yeah. Nothing's worse than listening to your own bomb. Oh man, like it's very uncomfortable. It's one of the only jobs that I can think of where you listen to yourself. Like imagine like any job, you're like, oh, after you get off of work, you have to listen to how your day went. You're like, listen to me right there. Oh, nobody liked me. Somebody booed at me.
Really killed it with that spreadsheet.
Yeah. You know? They didn't like that at all.
Next time I'm going to use like a green color for the title or something. I don't know. But,
there you go. Sorry, this camera it can only handle so much.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't apologize.
You know what? You probably have a job that you say sorry a lot at. And I had a job that I said sorry fucking like 100 times a day.
Yeah.
And
I don't though.
Oh.
I don't.
I still have that.
If anything at my work, if I'm ever gonna get fired for anything, it's for my mouth.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Because I don't want to hear it. Like anytime, like my like, because I'm a lead, you know, so I'm a step below the supervisors. So the supervisors are always asking me questions that I just don't want to answer.
Yeah,
you know? You like refuse.
I just don't feel like it. Where I'm just like, dude, like you see what's going on. You're supervising, right? So you know where we're at. You know, what the hell are you asking me for? Like things gonna change.
Yeah, why do you think they do that?
Because they are getting pressured by their job, their boss, and it just keeps going down. And they don't want to be the ones that tell the rest of the team, like, "Hey, we got to pick it up." You know?
Oh, okay.
They expect the lead to do it because they're leading the team. I'm like, no, I'm just collecting a paycheck. What are you talking about? I don't like to be here.
Yeah,
I'm doing it for the money.
Yeah,
you know,
you're like,
I do my job. I'm really good at my job. You know, but it's just like I'm not really good with dealing with their bullshit.
Right.
You know, where I'm just like, dude, like I don't care as much as you, but I'll do my job.
Right. Yeah, you gotta,
and that should be enough from a U.S. citizen.
At this point, at this point,
a law-abiding citizen.
If all these places are hiring, like they can't afford to fire anybody. They can't. Because then they have to pay those people that they fired. So, just like, you know what? I'm here. You pay me. I do my job. I'm not causing any trouble.
Not really.
Yeah, but we gotta get those numbers.
Yeah,
we gotta get those numbers.
Don't like that. And that's what I get hit with. Like, are we gonna hit our number? I'm like, I don't give a shit what we do. You know, I was like, we're working our asses off. Yeah. I'm working my ass off. So I'm trying to do what you want me to do. But just because you don't have the result yet, doesn't mean you're not gonna get it later. And if you don't get it later, guess what? I'm ready to clock out anyway, so I don't give a shit how you feel.
Yeah.
And I tell him that. All the time. I was like, I don't care how much they're bugging you, dude. Whatever we can get done is what's going to get done.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to go above and beyond for you, boss. I don't give a shit about you.
And you don't get anything for it. They don't give a fuck about you.
If we work harder for them and we produce more, they're getting the money.
Exactly. They get the money. And then if they see that you are actually reaching, let's just say you're making boxes and your goal was 200 a day. If you started doing 200 a day and then 201, 205, and your expectations are going to grow without any extra pay.
Yeah.
So they can go fuck themselves, because I have a similar situation and have had a similar situation.
I tell my managers, I was like, instead of figuring out how to manage people, how about you guys manage your expectations?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's
you
reasonable.
manage your expectations, you won't be let down, and these fools will kick ass.
Yeah, mental health is important. If the employees are just like, I can't make my quota, like you can't even focus on your job.
They'll text me on my days off and they're like, hey, can you come in at 3 a.m.? And I just don't answer. And they're like, hey, how come you didn't come in at 3 a.m.? I was like, how come you guys aren't paying my cell phone bill? You guys aren't allowed to text me while I'm at home. I'm not on call, am I? Am I on call? Am I on call? Am I getting paid while I'm at home? And they're like, well, listen, it's just you need to be more of a team player. I was like, I don't need to do anything. I was like, no, I don't. I was like, you guys need to realize that when I'm at work, I'll work. Right. But when I'm at home, and I don't have to listen to you.
No,
guys.
you don't. You're not getting paid.
You're not my boss at home.
Yeah,
my wife is my boss.
Kicked in the ball.
My wife is my boss.
That's right.
And soon as they're like, well, you know what, we're gonna bring in the robots with the AI, and then the robot. Yeah. So then the robots come in, and the robots start producing 200 boxes at a time, and they're like, push it to 300, and the robots are going and then their hydraulics blow out, and they're like, oh, we broke our robots.
We need a human to fix it.
It's the same as us.
Yeah.
It's the same as us, dude. Yeah. Like you can only output so much. So, and that's how with comedy venues, sometimes it's good to have a good relationship with the comedy venue because some places are all about those audience members and what you bring in and where is everybody.
I've heard of comics producing shows at places where they're just like at the end of the night they go to try to collect their payment that they had agreed on, and they're like, hey, well, there isn't that many people, so we're not gonna pay you for this one. And I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. How about you pay me before the show or something?
There has to be, that's when you start learning your lessons and going, I only take payment in the beginning of the show. I will not start the show until I get paid.
Yeah. Or after there's some sort of rapport with that place, you're like, okay, they always pay me at the end of the night. So you don't have a problem with, I'll run the whole show, and then at the end of the night, I'm expecting payment. If I don't get it, I could point me in the direction who can pay me, because it's like you're putting your time, your effort, production to do
equipment and everything.
Yeah, everything, hosting the whole thing.
As soon as I pull out my microphone, I'm like, oh, my back, and I just go down. Oh, jeez, and they're like, dude, we broke them. Bring in a robot. Some robot comedian comes out.
AI. Comedian.
Yeah.
No,
you guys George and Will do a fantastic job, and it was always inspiring. And I
feel like to produce a really good show, a really good to just have a really good produced room or whatever, you need a team. You need a team, and you need people who are. You don't need everyone to be 100% gung-ho and committed, but you need people who are willing to help out.
Yeah.
And that's why our setup process at Back to the Grind has been a breeze now. Me and George, we're there early, and it doesn't really it's not strenuous, and it doesn't take us that long anymore because we've done it so many times. And then for how long it takes us to set up, the production is pretty amazing. It's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, man, dude, this looks good.
The photos look fantastic.
Yeah, the vibe is on point. Because a lot of places you'll see a lot of comedy productions or a lot of comics or something post pictures of that night or whatever. And some places look a lot cooler than they really are.
Oh.
The pictures will be like, that's cool. That must be a cool ass spot. But then you realize that the picture was blown up all the way, and all you see is the comic and the curtain or whatever, or the comic and the brick wall.
Yeah.
And then you
go to the audience.
Then you go to the place and you're like, oh, it's just me and that guy.
The bartender.
Yeah. So it's but with Back to the Grind, it's the pictures match how the room really is. It's so far. I'm pretty sure we'll have slow nights as always, but it's been awesome.
And I 100% agree that as a audience member myself, when I go to a show, I admire the production, and I'm like, oh, this is a show. This is cool because an open mic, you can just set up a mic and then call it a day, a night.
Yeah.
And but then when you have the lights and the sound and the timer and the music and everything and the production and also audience retention, that's another thing that a lot of comics don't understand is keeping the audience entertained all the way through. Because if you're just banging out comic after comic, they start getting burnt out. So you gotta make it with the music and
you become the segue to all the rest of the comics.
Yeah.
So
it's fun. It's fun to talk to you about production. Or any and then you guys with the Ontario, how is when you guys do Ukaipa, What is that? It's a brewery in Yucaipa. What is it?
I don't think we have that spot anymore.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
That's an interesting like dynamic of going from one city to another. The change in population and like inside joke and expectations.
Yeah.
Because I've done the Yucaipa show a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And like I remember the first time I did it, it was packed in there. Like there was like 120 people in there, and I was just like, and I went up and I bombed. Like I bombed really hard. Like at the end of the night, we were by the car smoking, and then some dude from inside the show was like, "Oh, can I hang out with you guys?" And we're like, "Sure, why not?" And then he goes to George. He's like, "You did really good." He goes to Will. "You did really good." He points to me. He's like, "You need to work on your shit." And I was like, "Thanks, dude."
Yeah.
You need to stop being such a redneck, all right? Get away from me.
Truth be told,
away from me, dude.
Yucaipa equals redness.
That room reminded me of the Shamrock in so many aspects. It's very red. Red.
And if you're not paying attention to them, they start crying like little whiny babies.
Yeah, I used to do the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of every show for the Shamrock. Because they were so, and guys would take their hats off and crying,
like
and I would
game.
and I would do that at the beginning of the show and say, everybody, if I just want to get you guys all honed in, we're gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you want to sit down, kneel, I don't give a shit. But we're doing this, and then people would, I would do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would look over, and people would be like crying, veterans. I was like, all right, I got them, I'm hooking them. But then like 30 minutes in, they'd forget about the respect for freedom of speech, and they'd turn on me. But yeah, I got you. Do you guys have any big plans coming up?
Personal or buddy system?
Buddy system.
Buddy. Well, we just have the Ontario Improv.
That's great.
Coming up on June 12th. It's an IE showcase. So basically, we built the lineup based on all the comics that are coming out that are considered our regulars. That are always at the mics. And we constantly see them working.
The people who put in the work.
They're putting in the work. And
and their material, and you're like, they're gonna bring the heat.
Yeah. And then we have George Ferrito is going to be headlining that show. Yeah. So that's exciting. I'm going in the middle.
Perfect. That's a sweet spot.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I've never really gone in the middle all that much.
The sweet spot.
I'm usually in the beginning, which I think that's made me a stronger comic too, is like knowing that like I'm going to go early all the time. So like it doesn't faze me now. Right. I go to shows expecting to go up early, and I'm just like, well, I'm just going to set the bar. Yeah. Or I'm going to try to set the bar. And, right. So.
No, the sweet spot's good. Feature spot, that's all right in there. It's just the night, the focus, everybody's locked in and engaged on the show.
Well, yeah, because they got warmed up, and then they're
drinks.
like, you being in the sandwich area, they're like, we're hungry for more.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the night, people get a little more tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to New York in July.
Ooh. Yeah. I've never been to New York.
Let's go, dude.
I want to go.
Let's go. July 10th, I'm leaving.
Damn. You think it's going to be hot? That's like a hot time, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
But I really want to go, so.
Cool.
You're just going to go? Are you taking your wife and your daughter?
No, I'm going by myself. And I'm going to hang out with Frankie Hoy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
yeah.
He's
in
down,
his van?
He's down here. No, I'm not staying in the van. I'm getting a hotel. No, because I had asked him too. I was like, because right now I'm like at the brink of like, I just have enough money for the entire trip. Yeah. Because I saved starting at the beginning of the year, my wife gave me the idea of saving all the money that I make from stand-up to just put it aside and use that for a trip to New York.
That's awesome. It's a reinvestment.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was just like, dude, like I saved up enough to go now. Yeah. But now it's just like I barely have close to enough. Like I still need to do a few more things to make the money to to get the flight and the hotel. Right. Like right now I could get a flight and a hotel for maybe 2-3 days, but I want to go for 6. Yeah. For 5 to 6 days. So
that's 2 to 3 days. What's the rule of travel is however many hours it takes to get there, that's how many days.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
how many days to be there?
Yeah.
Like if we went to Thailand, that's like 17-hour flight.
Right, you need to be there for a month.
17 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. That's what I was told.
That seems like a good like.
Might have been a really rich person that told me that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Fly around the world.
Are you going to go to the comedy cellar?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Oh, you got to record all your sets.
I'm
man.
definitely. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna. I'm going out there with the intention of getting on stage.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but also, yeah, I want to see where all the greats work out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go to the Comedy Cellar and check all that out. I want to go to maybe the Stand when the Legion of Skanks record their podcast.
Sweet.
You know, so it's like, yeah, like I'm not like too interested in like the sightseeing part of it. You know, I'll probably do that in the morning.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
like,
get some fresh material.
Wake up early and kind of just check out how overwhelming those buildings must be.
Yeah.
You know.
And tell them that your contrast view from like being a California native to what it's like to go to New York for your first time.
Yeah.
You get a lot of material out of that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You know, so it's like, I'm excited. So, yeah.
That'd be fun, dude.
Hey.
You got to go.
That's awesome.
You got to go check out a Billionaire's Row. Yeah, those really tall, skinny buildings by Central Park.
Right.
There's those new buildings that are like, they have like counterweights at the top to prevent it from not falling over. Yeah, but they creak when they moved.
Really?
The billionaires are all pissed off right now because they spent $1 billion on their flat, and you can hear the walls creaking.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, the
too.
metal.
No
Yeah,
one's
so
gonna buy that shit.
That's crazy how it's just like, hey, let's not build a building horizontally. Let's do it vertically. Let's go reach the sky with this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Saudi Arabia was like, let's just do a linear city where it's a 100-mile skyscraper.
Oh, I heard
sideways
about
that looks like a giant mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about
That's gonna
that.
be crazy.
Yeah. I think they had reduced it from 100 miles to like 1.5 now.
Right. Yeah. They're looking for Chinese investors to help them.
Oh, so they're only building part of it. Their whole idea is really to do the 100 miles, but like they're only going to do like 1.5 miles at the moment.
Yeah,
until
that's
they
what
get
they're
more.
saying. But they're just like, oh shit.
Okay, Saudi Arabia, you and all your oil.
Yeah, we're like, oh, maybe we overshot it. 100 miles. That's a lot.
Big
That's a
dreams.
long
That's a
way.
It is. Yeah, it is.
That'd be cool that you could do like comedy shows. You just jump on a little subway and just go to the next little
bullet train.
We need more of those, man.
Bullet trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have like a bullet train from like L.A. to Vegas.
That's right.
That's what they're doing.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that's so badass.
That'd be
Like
really
no one
cool.
wants to sit in that fucking traffic. It takes like freaking 6
4
hours.
4 to 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even flights to Las Vegas aren't too expensive either. You know, and it's a quick flight. It's like a 30-40 minute flight
It
or something
is,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go up and down.
You could fly out of San Bernardino.
Oh my
They
God,
have-
I've never been there.
They have an airport.
San Bernardino has an airport?
You could fly to Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Utah. Where else? Damn, Connecticut. You can fly to Connecticut.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. A whole.
Someone has a family member or some shit. That's probably-
One person.
yeah.
There's 3 gates
Whoever
at
owns-
San
yeah.
Bernardino. It's like Connecticut. Yeah. Vegas. Utah.
I know like Long Beach has a small airport that I've been to a long, long time ago. And then I guess Palm Springs, I guess it's not that big, huh? It's kind of a smaller airport, right?
Palm Springs?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know they had an airport.
They do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Riverside
hot as
has an
shit.
airport, but it's like for.
What?
But it's for like private planes and like
That's how
those,
Temecula is.
Yeah.
The French Valley Airport.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on when you're on a flight and the flight attendant is like a comedian? Have you ever seen where?
where they're doing the announcements?
Yeah, and they have like a whole routine.
No, it's never. I've never.
Yeah, everyone's just like, "Oh shit,
This
that's
guy's
so
killing-
funny." And
I
you're
would
like,
hate it.
"Oh
I
man,
would-
fuck this guy."
I would hate it, dude. I would be like, oh, this guy's better than me, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
He's already judging himself.
But then again, like he's probably like he does that routine every flight, so his material's tight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really tight.
It's tight,
yeah.
man. And
Yeah,
there's
how many
different
flights do they
crowds
do
all
a
the
day?
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I want to
different crowds. How many a day?
Mm-hmm.
Like how many flights are they on?
Oh yeah.
I want to see a train conductor comedian. Like you jump on that
my
bullet train to Vegas and then just do stand up on the way there. And they've got bars on the train.
Are they really gonna
Yeah.
have bars on the train?
Yes.
No, there's well, I don't know if that train will have a
I'm
bar.
sure it'll have
It's
a bar.
got to.
It's fucking
Going to Vegas.
Yeah, it's going to
Dude, they're
Vegas.
gonna have slot machines on that thing.
Yeah, as soon as you cross the border,
Yeah,
it's
they're
like,
not gonna turn on until
yeah,
they cross.
yeah, yeah.
They they just light up.
Yeah.
You just see people running. Oh my God.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
I can't wait.
the roof opens up and cigarette smoke's just like pouring out the top. I thought this was an electric train. Look at that thing. It's got like coal coming out the top.
Yeah.
Cigarettes. Henrietta is all weather beaten, fucking pulling that shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, we got to do the what is it? The one from the train from
the coastal cruiser.
Oh,
that one.
the one that goes all the way to Oregon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, and but you could take it from San Diego, right? Is it the same one, San Diego to LA?
Oh.
Yeah, I know
the
it
same?
stops in Anaheim, but like
Dude,
there's
that's so bad.
you can go to San Juan Capistrano train station or San Diego and take the coastal cruiser all the way up to Oregon, but it stops in like LA, Anaheim, and
Dude,
keeps going.
fuck driving.
The whole time in that train, I don't know.
Have you ever been on
God.
a train?
I have.
Okay.
I have, but like to be there, like the whole, like, cause that, isn't it like 96 hours or something?
What?
96
That whole
to,
thing, or isn't it
to
like
Oregon?
isn't it like 48 hours? It's like
I'm not sure.
It takes like two or 3 days, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, because we don't have bullet trains.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
They only go like 40 miles an hour.
They're still shoveling coal into the freaking.
Dude, that kid on the
Engine.
play school set just passed us, dude. Like, but
that
some
would be-
kids running along the train.
I think also because they have to stop too. You know.
Oh.
So that probably takes a bunch of times. That's why like when you take public transportation like buses and trains, it takes a little longer because they have to stop every so often.
Yeah.
You know, but if it was like a direct thing, I'm pretty sure they could cut that time in half.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, quick question. If you were to open up a comedy club, what different features would you add to a comedy club if you had a comedy club? There's something different that because most comedy clubs follow a standard format, you know, and the food and everything. Like, what is there anything that you would add to the mix
Or subtract.
or subtract? Yeah,
dude, I don't know. I've never even thought of that.
like
that question,
like
like
food or
Like I think I kind of, a lot of people don't like it, but I kind of dig the idea of just serving popcorn. Like the comedy
like a
store,
movie.
like Comedy Store La Jolla only sells popcorn.
Okay.
So it's like, because you know people are freaking digging into their wings and shit like that. It's like, you know, and they're watching the show, which is like it's fine, but also like that gives the wait staff less things to have to do.
Right.
It's like, oh, you want popcorn? That's it. Or you want a drink?
Single
and that's it.
trip food.
Yeah. So you know that whole time when you're on stage, and then you know the wait staff will come and serve their table. That table is now not listening.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's always like, to me, at least to me, like I have to be like, don't even pay attention to that. Like just keep going.
Yeah.
You know. And then and I bet it's really hard for to be in the spot where they're handing the checks out, because it's like, okay, now everyone is distracted while I'm setting up a bit.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? So it's kind of like it might eliminate that a little bit. You know what the Ontario Improv is doing though? I think they have QR codes on your table where you could pay.
I love that shit.
Where you
Like,
could
just
pay.
leave me alone.
The less you have to talk to somebody, you know?
I'm so like that.
Yeah, I don't like
know.
to talk to people.
I don't, yeah.
You know,
Just
I'll
leave me
still tip
alone.
them. I'll still tip them for bringing me the thing.
100%.
But like, I don't want to interact.
Yeah,
with,
me too.
With people, like I want to limit that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure people should want to limit their interactions with me too, because I'm not that cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, I agree with
get
that.
it. You see?
What about like food delivered through bank tubes? You know those bank
Oh, like those air
deposit.
things?
Yeah, those air thing. Your food comes right to
What
your
are you
table.
only gonna have a hot dog?
Yeah, a
Like,
churro in there. Or,
sushi roll.
Anything
Perfect,
long?
Yeah.
Anything long.
yeah, just popcorn. Yeah, just a little popcorn
sub-sandwich.
dispenser.
Sub
Yeah.
sandwich.
Dude, I mean, they have so much like in Japan, like all the vending machines. You can get anything you want. You can get homemade pizzas.
Yeah.
I heard in Japan you could get like used panties.
That's what I was gonna
That
say.
too. I mean, I was talking about food, but I guess if you eat,
Well, some
it's-
people
can
it's
eat
food
it.
to some of those people.
if I can make some
Creepy.
money, I'm just gonna put my panties in there.
How are they confirming that it's used?
It's the smell.
This doesn't smell
they could
used
get a
at all.
spray. They could get a spray
Smell.
and you know.
That's
Where are you
guess.
getting this spray
I
though?
would develop a spray that smells like used panties.
Yeah, but how do you make that smell?
That's a
that's a good
variety
point, yeah.
of smells. I mean, it's like the visual. I can almost smell Because going into like a chick's restroom is fucking gross, man. Gross, because I have a really keen sense of smell. So going in there, I feel like I can smell everyone, and where I don't want to smell them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of like those
creepy dudes out there, man. There's too many creepy dudes out there. That's the problem with overpopulation. Is that we just have way too many chances of creepy dudes being around.
Yeah. Where's all the creepy ladies?
Yeah.
Come on, creepy
they're out
ladies.
There too. They're out there too.
They're actually the creepy ladies used to be dudes.
Yeah. We're not allowed to dead name them and say used to. They've always been ladies.
They're just the Kardashians, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let's move into our KAWspiracy segment. It hurts when I put my hand in there.
I bet it hurts him too.
Yeah, that's what. KAWspiracy segment. What's up, Carlos?
Hey,
How you
dude.
doing, baby?
What's going on, fist bump?
Wing bum, baby.
Wing bump.
All right. You have one of my favorite bits that you have. You talk about SeaWorld and like being able to communicate with whales and dolphins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that there's a conspiracy. There's people who claim that they can telepathically communicate with dolphins and whales. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm willing to bet that it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, like, do we really need telekinesis
yeah.
or whatever it's called?
Telepathy.
Telekinesis is when you can move
things. Okay, gotcha. Do we really need telepathy to understand what they're feeling in there? Like, they're not happy.
Yeah.
Do we really want to know that, or do we want to keep partying and having a good time? Keep them doing tricks and shit, you know? Because like I'm pretty sure that's because like I think like the thing that you sent me was like they're trying to teach dolphins how to speak English,
right?
You know, and what if a different language is easier for them to learn, and we're just like, no, English.
Yeah.
It has to be English.
Yeah, why can't the trainer try to talk dolphin?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, she's like, the dolphins having a hard time saying letters or words that start with the letter M.
Yeah, maybe because they don't have lips.
He's gurgling. I don't like the way he can't say Mary. Come on. He's like, she puts her thumb in his blowhole and she's like,
Lord.
I think there's
visual
only
sucks.
I think there's only like maybe two things that a dolphin might want to say to us, which is I'm hungry and let me go.
I would say a third one, stop eating sushi. Those are my friends.
I love sushi though. Sushi's the best. You'll never get me to stop.
Do they serve sushi at a SeaWorld?
I knew a comic that had a joke he would say that. And that was actually pretty funny. Where I was like, I had this whole SeaWorld routine and all that stuff, and I heard him say that, and I was like, oh.
I know, that's the worst.
If I would have known that.
Yeah. You're like,
that would have, like, I was like, and I'm not the type of person to be like, hey, bro, let me buy that shit off of you. Because that would be perfect for what I'm, for like my chunk of SeaWorld that I'm talking about.
You should do like a co-op, like a duet with that comedian or something.
I don't know if he's around.
Oh.
He always disappears and comes back, and then he disappears again. So
it's funny how they do that.
You probably know him.
I probably do, but it's funny how comics will come and go as time goes on. If you could talk to would you rather talk to a whale or a dolphin if you had the power?
I'd rather talk to a whale.
Yeah,
like an orca.
Right.
Yeah, I would much rather talk to an orca.
Wouldn't it take longer though? Because they're so like.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. It'd take forever.
I don't think so. I think they sound very similar to dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the little squealing and squeaking.
They do.
So
those big giant whales. The whales are like. Because like in Finding Nemo, she's like,
that's a cartoon, dude.
Yeah, no, the whales are all pissed off at that movie.
True story, True story.
And then she was talking to a whale shark.
Oh, that's right.
So, but no, I would want to talk to an orca whale. You know, because I feel like those are like they are like very intelligent. And, you know, like killer whales, they actually in different areas where you find them, they have different dialects. So like in like a killer whale that you would find in, the Pacific Ocean wouldn't be able to communicate with one that was found in the
Atlantic.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How is this information?
How did they figure that out?
Yeah,
They
like
put them together and they start fighting.
I bet that's what it was. I'm 100% convinced that they probably did that.
Yeah.
Where they put them together and they're like, they're just trying to kill each other, and they're not like, all these other ones are swimming in unison, but this one they're like leaving it out and all that stuff. So,
Right.
like, I bet it was something like that.
Yeah, it's like Dodgers and
But also
Yankees.
But also you could kind of like, I think when you hear the whale sounds, they sound different.
oh, they actually
sound different. It's
They
kind
got
of like
slang.
kind of like accents.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Louisiana.
Yeah, we're just a
and-
mirror of the ocean. We're like a mirror of the sky, It's like, yeah. It parallels in its own way.
because they're extremely intelligent, dude. Like just seeing them hunting and all that stuff it's really interesting.
What? The
like
whales?
killer whales, the way
Killer whales, yeah.
the way they hunt, and all
Dude,
that
they
stuff.
like hit those. They hit
and they
the,
hate dolphins.
Yeah,
They hate dolphins. Have you seen that video of that one dolphin that's showing off, jumping up in the water, and then the killer whale comes and bumps him out of
Oh,
the
I saw that. I did
I
see
was
that.
like,
yeah.
fuck yeah, dude. Fuck those dolphins, dude.
I love dolphins.
They're too horny. They are.
Yeah, if you're bleeding in the water, they'll
They
rape
love
you.
it. They
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, that's a true. If your women are menstruating, the dolphins will come and get you.
They'll get you.
One time I was out on a surfboard in like San Clemente and waiting, and then all of a sudden a school of dolphins just like popped up right next to me, scared the shit out of me. I was freaking out.
Yeah, you thought they were
Sharks.
I didn't know
sharks,
what they
yeah.
were. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, I
scary.
think any kind of wildlife in the ocean would freak me out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what their intentions are. I don't care if it's a sweet looking dolphin or whatever. Like, to me, it's like, it's gonna start. I think one time I was at the beach and I was looking out into the ocean and I saw like a dolphin's dorsal fin. And I was like, I think that's a dolphin.
Right.
But either way, I'm getting the fuck out of the water. Because like, what if it's not a dolphin?
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
I just saw a dorsal fin of a shark and I'm just like, I guess I'll just see somebody get eaten and I'll be like, I saw it. I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ocean is scary.
Scary.
It's
because
scary.
it's how much of it has not been explored.
Like 80% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm good.
vast.
And they find the weirdest fucking shit in there. They're like, oh, we didn't know this existed until, now.
Yeah. I think Carol Baskins.
I know that name.
Yeah, no,
the
she was
Tiger
eaten
King.
by the tiger.
Yeah, her husband. I don't think she fed her husband to tigers. Maybe a leg. But I think
Like she
I thought
cut off his leg and
I
threw
think
it in
she
there.
pushed him out into sea.
Huh.
I think she got rid of him.
I never watched that series.
Yeah,
by the way,
it's
but-
interesting because he had like a small plane or whatever, and when he went missing, he got on the plane, and then he just never came back. So I was like, she pushed him out of the plane.
Yeah, maybe she dressed up like a tiger and ate him.
Didn't she die too?
She's like some
I thought
psycho
she
Carol
died.
furry.
Baskins? I don't
Yeah.
think I think she's still alive.
I swore. Okay, maybe I got the story
Yeah.
in my head confused because I thought she was fed to one of the lions.
No, it was her husband, and then she got with this other guy. And it was really suspicious. I mean, this is pretty in line with the KAWspiracy or
Yeah.
conspiracy. It's like that she like immediately after her husband disappeared, she was like, he's dead, or some shit like that. She's like, I'm pretty sure she's dead, and she pulled the life, what is it, the life insurance?
Yeah.
She pulled all that money out, and then right before he disappeared, he signed it over to her, like as
my
her
God.
beneficiary. When is that never not suspicious?
Like,
Right.
I don't know how
You
that
know?
wasn't investigated, but okay. Thanks,
Yeah,
insurance
because
company,
it
for
happened
having
in-
my
in
back.
Florida, right?
I think in Carolina or something
Oh.
like that.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh,
right.
Well,
like
it's
that.
close.
Something,
Close
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's really humid, it's hard to like keep track of everything.
Yeah. I feel like she was like the most pretentious person in that entire
Series.
Huh.
Yeah. I think in every docuseries, I don't know if they did it on purpose, because sometimes,
They'll
Yeah.
edit.
documentarians, they'll do that. They'll be like, I want to make everyone feel like this person's the enemy.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. I was just like, I was watching, I was like, she is a fucking bitch.
And you were just feeling the
Oh,
feelings of the
yeah.
director.
Joe Exotic, I'm on your side, dude. Yeah.
But that was like during the pandemic when they
Yeah.
got really
Yeah.
popular. And I think we watched like 3 episodes and I'm like, I can't do this. I feel stupider every time I
Yeah.
watch this.
I'm like, are you drunk? She has like a slur, but no.
No one knows.
Just walking into walls. Oh man, I'm stupid now.
We went. I just recently went to Atlanta, and we went to that world's largest aquarium, like second world's large. The first one's in Saudi Arabia, of course, and then Atlanta has. And they had 2 whale sharks.
Whoa.
In the aquarium.
Wow.
And then there was one shark, a hammerhead. I had video of it that was stir crazy. You couldn't handle it.
Oh, he was just
going in circles.
Didn't I tell you?
With his mouth open. He's just spinning around.
I think one time when we did our podcast, we had talked about why they can't have great white sharks in captivity, because they refuse to eat. They just die.
Right, because they need the.
They want to hunt.
Right, they got that bloodlust.
So it's like they would try to feed them or try to simulate their hunting environment, but they just can't.
Dang.
They just great white sharks are gangster. They're just like, I'd rather die.
I just want to know how many they killed by, utilizing that experiment.
Yeah. They don't want to eat.
Yeah. They're like, but I saw Ace Ventura. They had a great white. What the heck? All you have to do is do that, and they like that? No. Yeah. Well, Carlos, we've had a wonderful time on this.
Yeah.
This went over a little longer than usual, but that's because we had so much to say.
That's good.
Where can everybody find you? What's your go-to social media? Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
Instagram?
If you want to reach out to me, find me on Instagram at Carlos Patino Comedy.
Yeah, right there.
And also, if you want to check out what the Buddy System is doing, go ahead and check out the Buddy System Co. on Instagram. Just like that, at the Buddy System Co. Mm-hmm. We got a podcast called The Buddy Cast, which is me, George, and Will. And every now and then we have a guest. And it's a fun time.
Dude, whoever's doing like your flyers for George. Especially Ontario.
Yeah, that's all George.
It's amazing the words go right behind, like sometimes it's like cutting into, it's super. I didn't mean to make it like that, but you know what I mean? Like the words are going right behind
you and then over
so cool.
you.
And then your the video, the way it's it's very impressive.
That's all George, the Hawaiian hero burrito.
Yeah. No, for the next 2 weeks, we have all 3 of you on back here. So
I'm sure you'll have fun with them too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you guys are a blast.
They're great guys.
No, very fun. And then and you guys your podcast is on every service.
I believe
correct?
so. Yeah. I think you can get it on what, like the Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. We upload them on YouTube as well.
Nice. Well, and then make sure you subscribe and follow us here. I still haven't posted our episodes on every platform as well. I'm still figuring it out. But Amy, where can anything you want to put out to our listeners and viewers?
My IG is Shades of Despair, and my website www.abyssicreveries.com.
Nice. Okay. And then you can tonight there's a show Peter's running over at the Kitchen Studio in Menifee, and then but this is going to air a few days later. And then I'll be on the 21st. I'm doing a show with Ricky Luna. He's doing his show for his first time at Refuge Brewery. No, Relentless. I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
Cool last name.
And then and we've got all kinds of things coming down the pipeline. August, I'm doing my first show in Orange County. With Matt Blaker. So that'll be fun. We're going to go check that out and see in Tustin. That's where
I love Tustin.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Tustin. Are you familiar with Tustin?
Arizona?
No, yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah,
Orange County.
Orange County.
I've never been over there.
Yeah.
Orange County's my home.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, and likes and comment. You can say anything. We'll respond if unless. And we don't want to respond.
We'll respond if we want to respond.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.